Welcome everybody to the Game Warrior. My name is Jason.
And I'm Jenny.
And this is the top 50 games for 2023. Very quickly, we should note that the way we do things is a little differently. This isn't the top 50 games from 2023. It's the top 50 games for the last year of our gaming history.
50 games in our heart.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
So some of these games are way older. They're not, this isn't the top for the new games because we just didn't play that many new games. Okay.
Fail.
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 We played a lot of games. So Jenny, why don't you start us off? Number 50.
Number 50.
Wait a minute.
Oh, hold on.
Number 50.
You have to scroll. All right. So my number 50 actually was a new game, I believe. Well, it was a new game for us. And I think it came out, if not in 2023, close to 2023. And that game was Revive.
Revive. I wonder if that's going to be on my list.
Yeah.
I wonder. That was a game that had a lot of complexities to it that I liked, but didn't. We've suffered. We should warn everyone. We've suffered from new game-itis, and so it's very hard. You'll see at the top of our list, like the top 5 will be the games that we played the vast majority of the year.
Yeah.
And a new game like Revive came along, and we're like, wow, that's pretty interesting. And then played another new one.
Yeah, and I liked Revive. I think there was a lot of strategy there. The theme was pretty weak and kind of
Terrible,
weird.
But the game.
But the game was great. So Revive is my number 50.
All right. My number 50 is a game that we got. I painted a lot of it. It came on time. I was really happy with this company. But we only played it once, and the rule book was so bad that it really pissed me off, and I didn't end up playing too much more, even though when we finally figured it out, we had a ball. And it's called Lobotomy 2 Manhunt.
What? The rule book wasn't that bad.
Okay, it was terrible. It was god-awful horrible.
To be fair, I don't really read the rule book.
Yeah,
so.
she's... Okay. Yeah. Yep. She doesn't know what she's talking about.
Well,
so,
fine.
I liked it. It was fun. Game. It's a dungeon crawler with this madness technique. Madness. It was just fun. It was just had fun. And I know actually that you and I would just love it. It's the kind of game, had a little bit of a Massive Darkness feel to it, or Cthulhu Death May Die, where you're, except for in this case, you're the inmates in the asylum.
Yeah, I love the theme of this game, being inmates in the asylum, and you're not sure, is it your problem? Or are the things going on around you really going on around you? So it's a super great game.
So that's my number 50, Lobotomy 2, The Manhunt. And now over to you for 49.
All right, so 49 is Bloodborne. So this is a game we haven't gotten back to in a long time. Also a dark, kind of scary monster theme, but really loved this game. Loved the miniatures, very, very cool. Loved the story. And it has a really cool mechanic where you have to negotiate how you're going to use your cards in your hand, whether you're going to use them to, do certain actions or move or things like that. So I really loved that mechanic with Bloodborne. Few little glitches in this game where the storyline got a little confusing, and they may have pointed us back to cards that weren't the right cards or something like that. But so there was a little bit of confusion around that, but the theme is amazing, the mechanic is amazing, and they really want you to step into the character of being these, monster killers, vampire hunters, where sometimes you have to take out some people who might be turning evil, but you're not quite sure. So, but really enjoyed this game.
Our experience with Bloodborne was positive. We loved painting it. We loved playing it. The feel, it was great at 2 players. I do agree with her, since the entire story is told in cards. So you go to card 5, go to card 7B. We just got confused a few times. It would have been nice if it was just an app or a book that wouldn't have confused us. But it's just sitting right outside the store, and if I had set it up, we'd just play it.
We'd play it.
So we just haven't finished it yet. And it's suffered from being a good game, but maybe not a great game. And even some great games like Massive Darkness 2, which I think we both agree is great, is still, we could play it more than we do, but we don't.
That's for sure.
Okay. So my 49 is an old classic that we love, and yet we never play, but one day we will. Again.
That was not convincing.
Is Mansions of Madness 2nd Edition. We just have so much fun. This used to be way higher on my list. I think a couple years ago it might have been in my top 5 or something. It's so great. It's got this app. Everything's fun about it. I love it. The miniatures are horrible, very poorly made, but the stories are great. And the last second, of losing your mind, it's well done. I wish someday, hopefully, we return to it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So my 49 is Mansions of Madness 2. Okay, 48, Jenny, what do you got?
All right. So, qualifier here. So this next game is a game that we played quite a while back. We put it away. We've kind of been wondering if it's really that great of a game. But it's my number 48, and it is Vagrant Song. So the reason I say that is I think with some of the stories we got, it just felt a little bit repetitive. There wasn't like a ton of meat to them. But the artwork, the little acrylic miniatures, the way the game looks and feels, I absolutely adore this game. So this is a game.
But you wanted more from it.
I wanted more from it, but this is also why it is still here, because I want to get it back out to the table. I want to get going on it again, give it another try, see if it picks up a little bit. But the gameplay, but the theme and all the artwork and everything.
Fun game. We played it for about a week. We liked it, and then we just haven't come back to it. We've almost sold it. But we should say, and we forgot to say this, that our rankings have been designed by Pub Meeple, which is a program that takes all the games that we own and have played from Board Game Geek, puts them into a randomizer, and lets us go through a series of tests. Which game would you rather play back and forth for about 2 hours until it gives you your list.
Yep.
And so this is where it placed it on her thing. Even though we thought about letting go of it, there's enough games that you want to play this.
Yeah, it's just got that place in my heart. Like I want to get back to it. We'll see if it stays on the list. I don't know.
All right.
But number 48, Vagrant Song.
I think we're in a series of games here that we've played. My 48 is a game that we played and liked and loved and was much higher, and we just haven't played it. So some of these games are just coming down, and that is Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea, which I think was really high on one of your older lists. You really liked it. It was a fun, big 4X game. I think one of the reasons this game slid for us is we played it a lot when we first got it with each other, and then we decided to introduce it to other people. And sometimes games suffer at more than...
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah. I think this game, it's a great game. There's so much to it, but if you have too many players and or players that get analysis paralysis.
Yeah. Like I'm pretty sure Bloodborne, if we tried to teach that to other people, or Vagrant Song, that would just sink the games entirely.
It could.
For us, those were really good games. Now, there are games that play well with other people, and we'll talk about those, but this wasn't a game like that. We did introduce it to some other people. They're looking at us like, you really like that? And I was like, yeah, but not with you. That's my 40.
It's not the game, it's the people that suck. Just kidding.
It's not the game, it's you. That was my 48, and now on to 47.
All right. 47. So I'm a little surprised this is at 47, which makes me wonder what is higher on my list. Because this is a game we actually play a lot. And although it is a ginormous game, it is super easy to play. So once you get it to the table, which is actually not that hard to get to the table either, being how big it is, it's very simple to play, and that is Foundations of Rome.
That's weird that's so low.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's weird. Because it fills a great niche, because you're like, I don't know, you got an hour. right? Maybe you've played your 4-hour game of something and you've got an hour before people leave, and like
Yeah, you can throw this
it fills in. It's so easy. There's 3
throw
actions.
this gigantic game.
Yeah, the
on
game
the
is
table.
gorgeous. It's huge. It's got these buildings. It's fantastic.
The table presence is amazing. If you take this to a
and
convention,
we do.
like it gets a lot of looks.
Yeah, we'll take it to SaltCon coming up, and we'll play it. We're going to play it at SaltCon for sure.
And it's fun. It's
fun and quick.
Yep.
But it's 47.
I don't know.
Okay.
So 47, Foundations of Rome.
So my 47 is a game she likes way more than I do, but I do believe in its potential, and that's where we're at with it. And that is the loop. Right? I do feel and have a sense. There's a guy named Chris on the Liege of Games. I think it's one of his favorite games. I think Alex at Board Game Co. likes it. There's a lot of people out there really like the loop. It's a cooperative game. I think one of the reasons I didn't like it was because we lost the first game. And that'll sour me on a game real quick. But it was so much fun. And I dug it out the other day, put it all on the table because she's been asking to play it. And then life happened and we never played it, boxed it back up again. But I think it has potential. My number 47 is The Loop. On to number 46.
Okay. So my number 46, again, one I'm a little surprised is this far down on my list, considering how much I like it. It is a game that's really difficult for us to get to the table because you have to have at least 3 players. And it is not a game where one person can play 2 players, one person can play, 2 players or 1 player or whatever. And this is Rising Sun.
And that is a former number 1 of yours.
It is a former number 1 of mine. It is a fantastic game. It is a fantastic game. I love the battle. I love the negotiation. I love that you can create an alliance and then backstab that alliance. Like, there's just so much going on in this game. But the fact that it requires 3 players and you have to have at least 3 players, it just makes it so hard to get to the table.
Yeah. I love this game. I love the feel. I love the miniatures. Love everything about it. And I'll probably drag it out again in April, which is my birthday, and say, can we play it for my birthday?
We should take it to SaltCon.
Yeah.
We'll for sure find another player there, yeah. Right? Right?
Okay, your 46 was...
Rising Sun.
My 46 is a game I haven't, again, played for a long time, but I do like, and I love the idea of, and then I went and bought upgraded pieces for it and haven't played it since. And that is After the Empire. It is a tower defense game where you build these little wooden forts and then they turn into stone forts and the enemies crush you. And I have a lot of fun with After the Empire.
It's like a big toy.
It's a big toy. There is a Lincoln Log feel to it. There is. My 46 is After the Empire. How about you?
All right.
45.
45. All right, so my number 45 is a new game, I think out in 2023, but again, a new game for us. We actually just recently learned how to play this one, so pretty cool that it's already at 45. And that is Age of Comics, The Golden Years.
Age of Comics, The Golden Years. Yeah.
Yep. So this is a fun game where you're printing comics or you're ripping people's comics off if they've printed good comics. But you're going through the whole process of how to get these comics out, how to promote these comics, market these comics, make money. And it's just a really cool, pretty easy to learn game. It's a beautiful game. The theme, I think they pull it through really nicely. So that is my number 45, Age of Comics. Age of Comics, The Golden Years.
And I used to own a comic book store, and so this is why I backed it. And I really enjoyed the game. I thought it was just well done. I've seen some reviews out there of people who found it a little disappointing in some areas. And I did hear one person, his name Brian from the Dice Tower. I can't remember your last name, Brian. And you didn't like the rule book, and you said it was a 2 out of 10. And I learned this straight from the rule book. Yeah. And I almost always have to go to videos. And so I just want to say in defense that the rule book was really good, actually. I learned it straight from it. And look, I am the most critical person. Listen, trust, am I about bad rule books?
I think you started off this whole top 50 talking about bad rule books.
I lose my mind. I'm not very graceful with it. And so, anyways, I thought Age of Comics was fun. It's a great niche little game. I agree. Okay, that was your what? 45.
That was my 45.
Okay, 45 for me is another game just on hope. I mean, one of these will probably they'll leave someday because I never play them.
Or the climb.
It is Sleeping Gods, which I kept it on our kitchen counter, literally the kitchen counter, not the kitchen table, the kitchen counter where all the stuff is, right? And we just kept playing it, and we were having fun. And one day I got this great idea. I would move it to the dining room. So see this, kitchen counter, kitchen table, dining room, like miles away.
Around a corner.
And I set it up. This was there for 2 months. We never played it. It was too far away. Too far away. We had a lot of fun. I am going to even consider selling this because I did get Distant Skies, which is the Kickstarter, the next version. I'm like, I don't think I'm going to play both of these. Maybe I should sell Sleeping Gods and just dive into Distant Skies. She will never tell you this out loud, but I buy too many board games.
He buys too many board games.
See, she just can't say it aloud.
Yep.
45, Sleeping Gods. Love the adventure of it. I didn't like that they did 9 players. It was too many,
That was the part of that game that I found the hardest, was just managing all the players.
And the Distant Skies cuts that number way down.
Yeah.
They listened, Brian Lockett listened. And so it was a fun adventure. We were having fun. It's a sandbox, and we did have fun. But we didn't like running 9 players. That sucked.
Well, and I think that may have also been the barrier to getting back to it, because once you were out of it for a while, to have to go back and remember all your characters, everything that was going on, it was pretty difficult to get back into the game.
Sleeping Gods, my number 45. Jenny is on to number 44.
Number 44. So my number 44 is Champions of Midgard.
See, that's a Foundations of Rome game that we play, that we like a lot.
Yeah.
But it has slipped, huh?
It slipped. It's a great game. I love all the dice. It's worker placement, and then you roll and get tons of dice and roll and go to battle or don't go to battle, or it's just, there's so much about this game that I absolutely love. It's easy to play. It's easy to get people involved. We tried it with the expansions.
We have played this with so many people who've introduced this game. This is a great gateway game, by the way. And everyone loves it. Like, they're all like, okay, I like that game. No one walks away not liking it. We played with the expansions, and they were with new players, and that was the mistake that we made.
Because it just took too long. No. So we need to get back to those expansions, but really love this game, and it's not going anywhere from our collection. So my number 44, Champions of Midgard.
Champions of Midgard. My number 44 is an old classic that really one of the first that we really got into again, and is still, I'll probably never sell this, even though I may never play it again. And that would be Castle Ravenloft. I think what it does is fun, but it's the idea of exploring through a maze. Monsters come, events, things keep hitting you. You're exploring, you level up only from first to second level. So I think it's a little short in its exploration. It's a little short in what it could be, but it's fun. Castle Ravenloft is my number 44.
Nice.
On to 43.
And if you're wondering why we have to keep leaning out of the frame, it's because we can't see each other's lists. Well, I've got mine on a laptop, so it's like literally angled away from Jason, because he'll look. All right. My number 43 is a game that I really love. I think it's really easy to throw on the table and just do a couple quick games just when you have some time. This is, what's it? Cat in the Box Deluxe Edition.
Yeah,
so
Cat in the Box.
This game is really, really cute. It's really fun. It's very quick. It's a trick-taking game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm just so used to the crew, and I'm trying to wrap my brain around Cat in the Box being in the same domain. But again, adorable game. I really love how it plays, and something you can just toss down on the table and play really quickly with a group of people. Yep. So
I think we would have played it more if very shortly after we weren't introduced to Marvel Splendor, which will be on both of our lists. And then we ended up with the same group of friends playing Marvel Splendor a lot instead of Cat in the Box.
Yeah.
They bought their own Cat in the Box we're playing, and then we both catapulted into a little Marvel Splendor black hole.
Yeah. So my number 43, Cat in the Box, Deluxe Edition.
My 43 is the beginning of my, I would say there is a transition happening in my life. I'm transitioning from a American player to a Eurotrash player. I'm starting to like Eurotrash games. I really am. It just worker placements. Just worker placements. No dice. Eurotrash. Yeah, Eurotrash games. Hello, Europe. We love you. This isn't even made by a person in Europe. It's made by a person in New Zealand, a group of people. This is Architects of the West Kingdom. Fun game. You get like 20 workers. It's really cool.
Yeah.
It's part of the West Kingdom series. I don't know if you'll see any of their other games on the list.
Maybe.
I will tell you one game we won't see on the list, Paladins, because we haven't played it yet. It's sitting right there. Oh, Jennie even gave me shit for it yesterday, or the other day. Why haven't we played that yet?
Yeah.
And it's everyone's favorite, by the way.
Not ours.
Not ours. That was good. That was good. My number 43, Architects of the West Kingdom, Eurotrash at its best. Made by New Zealanders. What's your 43?
All right, so my 42 is Final Girl. Love this game. Jason and I actually played it together, so even though it's a solo game, we're doing it together and playing Final Girl. Both of us are Final Girl. So playing through the different villains and the different scenarios and the different Final Girls, it's just an incredibly fun game. I love the horror theme. I think it's so well done. So yeah, Final Girl, love it.
Fun game. It's dicey though, and I mean that by it's tough. You roll poorly, you will die.
Yeah. It's not a game that's a for sure win. So, and which also makes it really fun. You can get very close and just not quite make it. You really are the final girl.
Final Girl, fun game. We got seasons 1 and 2, the big groups, and they did season 3. And because we didn't finish it, I held back and did not order it. Okay, my 42 is one of the great classics. If we pulled it out right now, we would play it. We would love it, but we don't very often, and that's Dominion.
Dominion is a great game.
It's just a great game.
Solid.
I'll never get rid of it.
Yep.
That's just always will be there. I mean, purposely. Okay, Dominion, card game. If you don't know it, look it up. Get it.
Great game.
Number 41. So this is the last one for today, right? Yes.
So we start with 40.
Yes, we start with 50. So this is the last one for today.
All right, so my number 41 is Mansions of Madness. So
Second edition.
Second edition. This was already on Jason's list, so not going to belabor it, but great theme, great game, great audio that leads you through the game. I love that this game also has things like puzzles in it that you have to solve,
puzzles, yeah.
which is something I don't see in a lot of these games that have a narrator or, things like that. So love that it's puzzles as well as just moving around and trying not to get killed. So Mansions of Madness Deluxe Edition. Second edition.
Okay. My 41 is a great classic game that really is one of the first ones that we really started to get into and dove into for a while. And I think I've always liked it more than you have, but it is a game that we really liked for a while and played a lot of, which is Res Arcana.
Love Res.
Just a great game. And then I think we just played it too much, and now we're moving on. I would still recommend it to anyone. I won't sell it. I'll keep it.
I think we lost it too much.
Yeah, there was a couple friends who started kicking our butts. It did happen. Yeah.
Closing it out with some classics, though. Dominion and Res Arcana. Those are nice.
Yeah. Okay, everybody. That's the end of 50 to 41. We will see you tomorrow for the next 10 in our series. Tappa, tappa, tappa. Get out and work out, sweat, type, and tell me what your top 50s are. And as always, we just love doing this. We just love gaming and we love people. So thanks for listening.